of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, council, please.
Councilmember Carpenter, absent.
She will be back in town for tomorrow.
Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Cave.
Here.
Councilmember Oliveira is absent. Councilmember Putnam.
Here.
Councilmember Steiger.
Here.
Councilmember Walker.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Do we have any additions to or modifications to the agenda? Richard?
Yes, I would like to add an item to the end of the agenda for staff to speak to something that was going to be on tonight's agenda, which isn't right now, and I want to explain that, have Lance speak to that. It's about the railroad crossing issue, and Lance will speak to that, so the last 10 minutes, please.
On Stewart Road.
Yeah, on Stewart Road.
Road crossing of Stewart Road.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. So, the first thing up is the discussion on solid waste proposals, or RFPs. Will Rick will give a brief presentation. That'd be great.
I'm glad you're so patient. Good evening. Okay, so tonight we're going to be looking at the two proposals that the council has received on the RFP for the services, solid waste disposal services for the city. And we've gone through many meetings. Obviously, there's an ad hoc committee that's worked on these meetings since 2014 through 15, and we went out for RFP in April, I believe, and we've got the period lasted for initial 14 days, and then 14 more days to answer some questions that the applicants had. We've received 2 responses, and they're here tonight. The city's in a really good position because both of these responses are from qualified applicants. And we have, speaking tonight, we'll have, I would like to ask for 5 minutes for each one of the attending for their company, for the applicants. Laura would be first, and then Mark from, I believe Mark's here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Mark from DM Maurice, and then council can ask questions, and then we'll move on to the solid waste committee, the ad hoc committee, as they have a recommendation tonight for council. There might be some questions on the scoring system that was used, and if you have any questions for that, Lance put that together, and he would speak to that. Staff has also done a scoring system, myself and Lance, whereas the committee's done theirs too. So, if there are no further questions, we can move to have Laura start, and any discussion you want to hear from her about this presentation. Good to go? Ready to speak? Okay.
Hi, thank you. I didn't know I was going to have the opportunity to speak, so thank you for that. And I'm Laura with Waste Management. I just want to start by saying that I really value and appreciate the time that you've put into your process and allowing us to come forward with a proposal. We were able to comply with your RFP, and we feel like we've put together a good proposal for you. I wanted to just reiterate a couple of things about waste management and serving the city of Pacific. We've been here for about 25 years servicing, and I've been with the company 20 years of those 25 years, and I think you all know me. I participate in a lot of things and have helped you through a lot of different situations when we were upgrading contracts and getting out of billing and call handling. So we have a lot of experience here. We're already on the ground servicing your community with compressed natural gas trucks, helping you with your sustainability efforts as a city to do the right thing for the community. And I think that that's always been a focus to, you know, step forward and do that. So we've always been your partner in that program. We are, I think we're offering you an affordable price with professional service. And we have very courteous drivers. They're a Union 174 workforce, and they have been here for quite a long time. They're very familiar with your community. We also have them participate in programs like Waste Watch, where they are the eyes and ears in your community, helping your police force be aware of things that are going on in your community, because we know our customers. We know when they're away. We know when something's going on, and we can report things that are out of whack a little bit. July 1st is coming up fast. I think we're about 5-6 weeks away. We just need you to make a decision, and for us, everything is ready to go as far as ordering carts and doing all the upgrades that we talked about. Again, high-quality service at an affordable price. I think you're familiar with us. I think we've been a very trusted partner, and I look forward to a continued relationship with you.
Does council have questions? Councilmember Jones?
There's a little bit of difference between the prices between you and Murray's. Is there a particular reason, do you think, or is it because of the vehicles or anything like that, or it's just that, you know, what reason, what calculations?
I'm not sure what they used for their calculations, so you know, I can't really speak directly to that. I know that rates encompass a lot of different things, and some of that is revenue that the city needs. Some of it is coming up with the services and that we wanted to provide on the street to customers. Some of it is we've already got compressed natural gas in place, the infrastructure is here. Some of it is possibly a union workforce. There's a lot of things that will vary with that.
Other questions? Makes me a little nervous.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening, Council and Ms. Mayor. Appreciate the opportunity to speak tonight, and we're excited for the opportunity to participate in the RFP and bid process. As you've reviewed our proposal, you know, a few of the highlights I'd like to, you know, that you would have seen in there. One of the highlights would certainly be the substantial cost savings to the customer, both resident and business customer. And that's especially when you think of the fact that this contract's going to be for a minimum 10 years. So it's kind of a compounding cost savings to the customer over the 10 years of at least $500,000 that the community is going to save on solid waste expenses during the life of this contract. Additionally, within our proposal, I'm sure you'll have seen many of the reference letters and letters of support that the other communities that we serve have included in there. And we're confident that if we're given the opportunity to serve the entire portion of Pacific, that down the road we would receive such a recommendation from you, as we are confident in our ability to serve your community. The proposal, of course, includes the rollout of garbage carts, recycle carts, and yard waste / food waste carts to all the residences in town, making a uniform collection system, you know, all the same color, you know, by system type and everything. We've done this type of rollout in many other communities, in Pierce County especially, most recently. And we are not worried at this, you know, in terms of getting the carts or having the containers. We're definitely capable to have all this equipment on the ground for July 1st. The proposal also does include a rate menu of some different options that you would have seen, which we wanted to give the city some flexibility in terms of a franchise fee. You know, because our rate package was so competitive, we also wanted to highlight that if the city chose to go greater than the 3% minimum franchise fee called for in the proposal, to show you what that impact to the customer would be should you choose to go that direction. And also in the proposal, we talk about the 24-gallon garbage cart. We know that the city has requested a 20-gallon cart. However, if so directed or allowed, we would offer the 24-gallon cart, which is 20% larger, at the same price as the 20-gallon. And what we've done in other communities is that's been a really good way we could promote waste reduction in terms of most residents are used to this typical 32-gallon, 35-gallon cart. And by showing them the 24-gallon, we've had a lot of folks that have gravitated to that less expensive service level and work fine in the 24-gallon. Our rate package, I know that Councilmember Jones had the question about why some of the rate differences. For us, one of the main differences is one of the main areas of pride we take is our safety culture. We have daily safety huddles, daily stretching and wellness, in-cab, cameras for our drivers to make sure they don't have any bad habits. And I go on and on about our safety, but the safety record is one of our ingredients to making sure we keep rates low. We're a decentralized company, so Waste Connections is the parent company. However, the Waste Connections philosophy is one of decentralization. So we get the benefit of all those of the resources of a large corporation, but we don't have a large overhead expense. And our local site, our local supervisors and managers are kind of empowered to do what they think makes most sense for the community. And finally, one other difference, or one other reason our rates are so competitive is, we're geographically close by and we have lots of assets in the area. Our headquarters for this area is in Fife, right down the road. We've got about 200 employees there, both drivers, mechanics, and also our call center is here locally, which also, we think is a benefit to have the drivers and the customer service in the same building. So when there's, for instance, spring cleanup or special, collection events, the folks that are taking the calls and sending out the literature are the same folks that are talking to the drivers about it, so there's no confusion, from the city's perspective. So, again, I appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight, and I'm happy to, answer any questions now or as this conversation evolves this evening. Thank you.
I noticed in your presentation you talk about the landfill, converting that over to capture the natural gas. Do you have a timeline for that by chance, or?
So they're currently working on that. I mean, I guess within 3-4 years would kind of be our best estimate. But there's still basically for more information on this question, the landfill, the Pierce County landfill, 304th and Graham, they've installed a system to capture the methane and convert it to compressed natural gas that will then allow us to use as fuel for our garbage trucks. But that's, as I said, about a little over 3 years out.
Connection to that question, to convert over your trucks at that point, would you, once you have the connections available as far as, and that being all the way out in that area, are you going to be driving your trucks out there, or are they going to truck that natural gas to a local facility?
Good question. So kind of three things going on there, I guess. One is that there's some type of trucking with the canisters, I guess is the word I was saying. And so as we're doing we're in the process of construction at our facility, so we've mapped it out. So if we do have the canisters in the area, the others that to have a line come to our facility from down the street. In Fife right now, there's no large gas line at our facility to power that. So in that case, there might be some type of gas swap with that. But globally, as we're doing these construction projects at our Fife facility, half of which we completed about a year and a half ago, and then the other half that's happening next year, we're planning for CNG because we know it's something that many other waste connections companies do. We know that in our Pierce County market, that's a popular question too, and we'd love to get there, but want to make sure it's going to work.
Councilor Pitt. I did have one question. In a proposal that you stated that significant preference will be given to companies that are emission friendly. Being the Pacific Northwest, being a topic of conversation for at least the last 15 years, I guess my big question is why aren't you already doing it?
Yeah, I think the main stumbling block has been at our facility. There's just not the infrastructure within so really we wanted to build this new facility 5+ years ago. However, the sewer line hadn't yet made it down all the way to 70th, and we've got that same issue with the C&G line. There's just, the line that comes is small, it's not a large one, so there wasn't that. And then also the timing of the landfill gas thing, so being able to capture that gas there, that type of capital project is, it just takes a long time. So different parts of the country, depending on when they started it, the time frame kind of leads to when it's going to end. So, but yeah, I agree 100%. Especially my background. I went to school, Boulder, Colorado, and worked at my first job with Waste Connections in Portland, Oregon, and did a lot of recycling outreach. Started a food waste program down there, and so that's the great thing about being a decentralized company, is I can be kind of the the guy ringing the bell to help bring these resources here, and we've got the support from Waste Connections to bring them here, as demonstrated by other markets that already have these.
Other questions? I have a question about the billing. After reading through it, it looks like you'll assume billing, so you'll bill customers directly?
Yes.
What's the frequency of billing?
We bill, so for the example that we showed, I don't know if the entire council saw the different examples, but that was a 1-month bill for simplicity, but we bill every 2 months. So for instance, July 1st, we bill the customers for July and August.
Thank you.
And then businesses are once a month, but residences are every 2 months.
Other questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So before we move on, I'd like to ask Lance to come up and talk about how he came up with the scoring system, so you understand. I'm sure it's going to be on your mind anyway. Would you like to get on that?
And while Rob was making his way up here, did we get a copy of the score sheet? I didn't see one.
Yes, I included it in the email I sent to you. I think we also included it on Friday, but we weren't completely done on Friday because we didn't have certain financial information that we needed.
Stall for 15 seconds.
You got it. So, but the email I sent you today has Vic's completed score, Councilmember Kay's, because we had the information we received today.
It was sent in an email, that's right.
When you sent me that email, it was between 4 and, I think it was right around 5, because we just finished the meeting with the attorney. So, and we can speak to that tonight. We're prepared to do that. Lance just needs a few seconds to get some information so he can provide it to you. We met with the committee, staff did, on Friday to go over the scoring system, and we realized at that point we didn't have enough information from the proposals to really understand what the bills would look like. So we asked for a copy of sample bills, and we got those today.